welcome to another amazing episode of
Two guys and a couch.
Dum Dum Dum. Yeah, our sound effects are gay. Oh, I can't say that. We're gonna get canceled. Damn. Our sound effects are whack. That's what I meant to say. I do apologize for using the derogatory term. I meant it as happy. Our sound effects are happy. So, bro, tell me about your day. Be excited. Be energized. Be out there.
My day was great. I caught up with a couple of friends who I haven't seen in some
I'm sorry.
time.
Did you say you cut up a couple of friends?
Yeah, caught up.
Like cut up? Like you actually cut them up?
No.
Where'd you bury them?
God forbid, man. What do you say? This guy and his
Am I a little
weird
dark for you?
jokes. Too dark with your humor. This is not a Broadway show, bro.
Excuse me. I think they just ooh. So I was supposed to go to the show. The show is called Free Rap Lifestyle, whatever it is. It's short. It's short. Free Rap, Free Supreme Life, whatever it is. It's a rap show. I'm supposed to get these tickets from this guy. This guy is late, right? I wait for the guy to come. I wait for the guy to come. I wait for the guy to come. The guy tells me he's gonna be late. I'm still waiting for him. He gives me the approximate time. Now it's already 7 o'clock. The show starts at 7 o'clock. And guess what? The guy is emailing me saying that he's there, but at the place I'm at, he's not there. So I sent him picture of the place I was at. I sent him the address of the place I was at. I sent him all the different things that I needed to show him. At the end of the day, he wasn't there. So I went to the city. I left at 5. And at the end of the day, I ended up not getting to the show, being very disappointed. But I was exceptionally upset about the whole circumstance in hand. I moved down my life because there's no point of crying over spilled milk. You never look in the past because the past can be fixed, but you learn a lesson and you're like, you know what? Sometimes things were meant to be. Why? I don't know, but sometimes things were meant to be.
Expectations lead to disappointments.
No,
Danny.
no, it wasn't
Manny.
expectation. It wasn't
You were
expectation.
expected that the
No,
guy would
no.
be there. It sounded shady to me. That where you getting your tickets from? Man, it sounds very shady
Excuse
to
me. Excuse me. Sometimes to find the best deal,
You gotta be
you gotta,
shady.
you gotta go for a guy on the corner. And
Oh,
apparently
that guy in the corner.
apparently this guy in the corner now has email, and he kept emailing back. Not sure why he couldn't give me his freaking phone number. Would have made my life a little bit easier, but whatever. In any case, so you caught up with your friends, and what happened then?
We had some nice Persian food. It's called At the Cottage.
It's a subsidiary of the Colbert restaurant. Yes, we're not being sponsored by them, but we want to make sure we put a plug in because that
Yeah.
place is ideal for dates. It's
Oh,
beautiful,
very
it's
nice.
rustic, it's nice and small,
They have a
and
candle there. a
they
nice
do social
ambience.
distancing there. Each table is at least 6 feet away from everybody else. You really want to go there. In any case, now that we provided a message from not our sponsor, we will continue.
We will provide message from our sponsor, Family Feud. Steve Harvey, you will be tagged into this podcast. Thank you for this nice game. We had fun playing with it with a couple of friends last week. Very nice questions. But you guys did not really think this through because once you read all the questions, you already memorized the answers. So it's not like it's constantly new and new. Unless you have a bad memory, then yes, good for you.
I think the purpose was to play with different friends every time. You need more friends.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess the friends that I did not play with.
By the
will
way,
disappoint.
we're having a get together on Thursday. Everybody's invited to Bruce's house.
Yeah,
Now, where's Bruce's house?
we'll figure it out
Just
later.
use geotagging on this video and you'll find out.
And we're also sponsored by Mr. Jerry Seinfeld, baby.
Sneinfeld.
Seinfeld. Show about nothing that led to something, just like this podcast is going to lead to something.
I actually think our podcast is about something. It's about two guys connecting with each other in ways that cannot be done without the questions that we ask one another.
Hmm.
Yes.
Sorry, Jerry Seinfeld. I guess it's about something.
But your hair actually looks a little bit like Kramer's. I mean, mine is starting to look more like George's, but if we bring Roman in here, we can make him look like Jerry Seinfeld, and Orit could be Elaine.
Oh, damn. That's true. That's true. Actually, speaking of that,
Oh,
might
that's
have a
right.
guest
Shout out.
shout out to that one female who reached out of 11 views saying that we need a woman's input in our podcast. You know who you are. So
I don't know why we need a woman's perspective.
I don't
I think-
know.
I
Let
think
us
I-
know why we do need your
I
perspective.
think a
but
guy's perspective is more than enough. It's a guy's podcast. Why would I need to have a view? By the way, just want to put this out there. We are on Facebook. We are are on Instagram and we are on. That's it.
We
Do
will be on YouTube and Spotify in the near future, coming to a theater near you.
Look at that. We're trying to expand. By the way, I just want to put this out there. We're the number one podcast from the bottom.
Started from the bottom, now I'm here.
We're still at the bottom. We haven't moved. But I'm hoping one of these days we will move and we'll be number two from the bottom. Just saying.
Improving non-stop like the MTA. We just got our mics, if you have not noticed. These mics are quite interesting. They're called Mo Boom. In case you guys want to get your own microphones.
Well, we're just sponsoring people left and right today.
They're gonna be all tagged
oh.
for the 37 views that we're gonna get on this podcast from Instagram.
It's just guys love the various numbers. In any case, so you met with your friends at the college. Do go on.
Yeah, we had a good time. The Don Julio Tequila, another sponsor. Ooh, the
Yeah, but what was the
mojito.
conversation about? Like, what you guys talk about?
Talked about life. Talked about
So,
business.
did you actually listen to the problems, or did you actually give your 2 cents to every problem?
while the food was arriving. I listened. When the food arrived, I kind of like was pretending to listen, trying to
What
listen.
advice did you give?
That life is too short, and you got to make the best out of it and take risk and take chance, and that we should speed up things in our progress in life
So, how are you speeding up your things?
by taking chance
Oh, really? What type of chance have you taken?
in business, in love,
Oh, really?
in
You've taken,
relationships.
you've taken a risk in business
Yeah, man.
and love?
Yeah.
With
When
business?
you go out on
Wow.
a date and you're like, oh, I like this
How
girl.
has
I
your
like-
dating been lately?
My dating has been active. Thank you. How has your dating been?
My dating is like, non-existent.
What do you mean? Did you want to date the other night?
What days? It wasn't the other night. It was quite some time ago, bro.
Okay. You went to a show. I thought that was a date.
Yeah, more or less.
So, is your date gonna watch this podcast by any chance?
I don't know.
Well, if you do, like, share, subscribe. You know who you are. Thank you very much.
You know who you are. he said.
Oh man, I don't think the viewers will get up to this point. What do you think, Danny Demani?
I don't know.
If you will, please write in the comments below the number 7,
Why
because
don't you tell
7
me about
is the lucky number.
your hardest, your most intense? Oh, what I'm looking for? There's a question there somewhere. How about this? Let me rephrase this.
Brain freeze from
It's
Danny
not a brain
Demani.
freeze. It's let me rephrase that. How
It's
do you-
only like 12:56 a.m. in the morning.
It's a
Danny
little
had
late,
to come late to
but-
record this podcast.
As you can see, I was dressed up for the podcast.
Yeah, he was. Interesting.
What do you think is a good date idea?
A good date idea, I think, to get some dessert and go to Dave and Buster's, because you get to see how adventurous and fun and playful the person can be. And if they take life too serious and you're a person that's fun and energetic, then that person might not be for you. So you just got to find out who or what that person is about. And I think that allows the person to see how competitive and how energetic and fun they can be. My opinion, my 2 cents. What about yourself, Danny? What do you think is an
I don't know.
ideal date?
You can't keep up with my dates.
I'm not planning to date you.
Yeah, I know. And it's not really a competition, but my dates have been long, forever. I used to do 12-hour dates. I used to pick up a girl at 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday and spend the whole day with them.
Interesting.
And that would be a first date. And I hung out with her whether she wanted to or not. I'm not sure if I should really mention that part.
So, girls, if you're watching this podcast,
Well, actually,
if you like a 12-hour date, you know who you can message and DM at attorney Dan, attorney.dan, I believe, on Instagram.
But
at
here's
the
the
moment.
thing. Here's the funny part. It's about the person telling you they want to spend time with you. If they don't tell you and you're spending time with them, it's an indication they want to spend time with you.
Well, let me ask you this, Danny Demani. After the 12-hour dates, have you had a second date?
I don't think after 12 hours you need a second date.
I mean, in due time.
So here's the thing. The reason I started doing 12-hour dates was because I read the whole Pickup Artist game. Remember that? Remember the whole thing that was big? Actually, Pickup Artist and NFT is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
You know how?
Oh,
Pickup Artist came about in 2008, 2007, 2006, or 2005, after Neil Strauss released the book, The Pickup Artist. The
you mean the game?
the game, sorry, after he released the game, the
Mm-hmm.
book based on mystery, providing his lessons on how to actually pick up girls. But the thing about that is, the moment that hit, every single average guy ever out there, and some of the people I know, they end up following the tricks of the trades that were provided in that book. Like, for example, think of a number from 1 to 10. Don't tell me about the number.
I think you know what number
I
I
know. Is it 7?
Of course.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, when you use it on a girl and you guess it's 7, and then she says, no, it's not, and you say 3, and it is, the girl's like, whoa, how did you know?
It only took you 2 guesses.
I know, but the thing is, how did you know? Like, I have this story. This was when I was 27, 28. At that point, because I read the book when I was 25, at that point, it was still fresh in my head, and I was devouring knowledge on how to game the system.
Mm.
So I met this girl in the Empire State Building. She was a, what's her name? She was an international person. I think she came to the country to visit something, and I come up to her, and again, this was just pure luck. I look at her and I'm like, let me see your hands. So she shows me her hands, and I'm looking at her hands, and I'm like, I bet you were born. And I forgot which month I said. I said the month, and she's like, how did you know? I'm like,
Fascinating.
it,
Mm.
it wasn't so much that it was fascinating. It was definitely lucky, but because I got it, and of that particular, because of that particular effect, she was into me because she was like, "Oh my God, you're amazing," you
Are
know.
you sure she didn't have like a Leo ring on like I do? Oh, by the way,
N-
guys, my Leo ring is lost,
No, no,
lost
no.
in
She
transition.
didn't. She didn't. So there's a thing about the pickup artist genre altogether. It was about doing cold approaches. You come up and you tell the person something about them. Like, so, the funny thing is, most of the things you would say is applicable to every single person. It's similar to doing zodiac signs.
Mm.
So in any case, when I with the other thing that they told in the pickup artist game was that in order for you to, when you go out with a girl on a date, you should take her to many different places at once. When you do that by moving her from place to place to place to place to place, she immediately starts feeling closer to you because the brain is a very lazy organ, and it makes her think that instead of, if you just take her to dinner, it's a long protracted dinner. So she's like, "Oh my God, I just." But when you take her to dinner, you take her to Dave and Buster's, you take her to the park, you take her ice skating, you take her to a rooftop, and then you take her for a nightcap, and then you take her home. The girl's like, "Oh my God, let me just tell you what I did with this guy,"
Yeah.
and she starts recounting it to her friends, and her friends are like, "How many days was it?" Like, it was all one day, but I feel like I really know him.
Oh,
Yeah, because
sounds like a movie.
it's because you took her to so many damn places that she feels really she knows you.
Or she's just tired and she wants to sleep.
I'm talking about the next day.
Mm.
Because you implant yourself into them. Like, they will remember you for like the longest time.
And how many of these 12-hour dates you had with different
Oh,
girls? You have a count or you lost count because it was too
I
much?
don't remember.
You don't
I don't
remember.
remember.
So that means that it was more than 12. So he spent 12 hours times 144 hours with 12 girls minimum.
You could just say 12 days. I had 12 dates of Christmas. No, I'm kidding. So,
Interesting
but yeah,
concept.
I took that from that book and I used that method. And I'll tell you the truth. I've been dating like that. I haven't stopped. Has it been successful? Has it been not successful? I think the truth of the matter is that if the person's into you, it doesn't matter where you take them. If
Or
the
how much time you spend
or how
with
much time
them.
we spend.
Yeah.
Because when you're really into each other, you can spend unlimited time together just walking in the park and talking. If they're not into you, you can take them to 59 places. You can take them on a helicopter ride across the city. And at the end of the day, they'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
So again, the goal of the pickup artist genre, there were two sides of it. The first side was to make people who were socially awkward become less so and be less afraid of approaching. But the second part of it was to bag a bitch as soon as possible.
Why do you think that some people have some anxiety approaching?
Because they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of what they're gonna say. It actually becomes more prominent when you approach a girl you actually like. When you approach a girl you don't really like, you don't care as much. But when you approach a girl you do like, it's about how will they perceive me? What is gonna be their reaction to me? Are they gonna like me? Are they not gonna like me? Did I say something to offend them? It's the insecurity from inside that overtakes.
But why do we care about that rejection? We don't know them from a hole to a wall.
It's not so much about the rejection. It's about the insecurity within the person.
So why do we have these insecurities? What gives us these
Insecurity
insecurities?
they come from school.
From school?
It's because in school there's a division between groups of people. There is the jocks who are very popular, and they don't have any insecurity because everybody wants to be with them. So that element of being being pitiful and pitying yourself and being bullied and being all that stuff is no longer there. Then there is the people who are the nerdy people who nobody wants to be around. So they're intelligent, but they have that anxiety they have because they never developed the social that social acumen on how to be able to approach people.
Socially awkward, basically, yes.
No, I was gonna say social acumen because they didn't really learn the process. And then there's the people in between who are not cool but are not nerds. They're the average folk, and they stick in their cliques. They don't come out. And as we get older, we don't really want to get out of our cliques. We're happy where we're at. That's why there's
So we
people,
get into our comfort zone.
yeah. There's that's why there's people who are marketing people, right? Marketing people, they're the ones who can get into any situation, sell anything, can do pretty much anything because they don't care. That element of pity, that element of overthought, element of overthinking is not there. But like um, developers, right?
What kind of developers? Computer developers or house developers?
No, like computer developers. If you pay
So
attention to
there's a
them,
different developer. So
yes. But if you look at the computer developers, like the ones who code, not everyone of them is socially apt. Many of them
yeah,
are socially inept because, like, oh, I only sit next to the computer. I do this. I do that.
I
That's
tell the
it.
computer what to do. I write it
Yeah,
down, and you
it
better do
listens
what
to
I
me.
said.
Yeah, but there's also other people who are called programmers
Mm?
because they're like cool, but they also understood how cool to code. They were able to combine both worlds together, and I think that's where the overthinking comes from. It's when you, it comes from high school. It comes from, it comes from junior high school. It comes
So
from
you were blaming it on school, but I think it may come from where and who you grow up with and in your inner circle, no? Like your family, your close friends. Why does it have to be school specifically? Why can't it be like your uh, loved one that you really love and then they made you insecure in that way? Like they kept putting you
it's
down,
possible
saying,
in the Russian culture. It's possible.
I think it's not just in the Russian culture, but we remind me of a joke. I was watching Russell Peters the other day, and his name is
Peter.
Peter. Yeah, so he's like he had people, Russian guys, coming to his thing, and they're like, "Hi, Mr. Peter." Hi, Mr. Peter. So yeah, what does Peter mean in Russian, Danny?
I don't know what would be. What does Peter mean?
Means faggot.
Wow, we're just getting canceled. Like we started with the other term, and then yo, we're gonna get so canceled, and
Oh
this podcast
man,
is gonna get deleted. I
I have
guarantee.
to bloop out the faggot word. Oops, I said it again. Shit.
So I think that in certain families, you know what, it comes down to how some people raise their kids. Some
Mm.
people raise their kids with love and affection, and other people raise their kids with fear and derogatory terminology. And in Russia, it was okay to raise kids with the derogatory statements and fear and using a belt and whatever to
Using a
enforce,
belt? What?
yeah, to
Really?
enforce, yes, to enforce certain type of respect for the elders. In the United States nowadays, you're not allowed to do any of that stuff. So that's why different
Upbringing.
there's different upbringing, but there's also different types of people being raised nowadays. Like the people that were raised or that came from Russia, I believe, are much stronger and are able to handle a lot more garbage that's being thrown at them than the people who are being born and raised today. Because because people today get triggered way too quickly and way too easily.
Yeah, today we're more entitled. Thank you, Amazon.
How is Amazon entitling you?
You push a button, and within some of them have same day delivery, and within 2 days you get the package delivery. You don't even have to go. I'm talking from my own experience. I wanted to buy a can opener. I know that it's a pain in the neck to go to the store, look for a can opener, ask one of the workers there who barely speak English, "Hey, do you have a can opener?" No. And then I just go zoom through the store, and they said no because they didn't want to deal with me. And I find it after 30 minutes of wasting time. But now on Amazon, you type in can opener, which I did.
Hmm.
I ordered it. It was a little bit more pricier. Of course, in the stores, it's probably $5.99. I paid like $9 for it. But it came to my house today without any issues. And now I have a can opener because my other one got rusted and broken. So that's what Amazon did. It spoiled us. And in Russia, we did not have that.
I think it spoiled you.
Really, it
Uh,
didn't spoil you?
no, I don't use Amazon like that, bro.
You don't have Amazon Prime?
I do, but I don't use Amazon. Why your voice keeps going up?
Huh?
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 What?
You don't have
What?
Amazon
No,
Prime?
dude.
I remember your Amazon rewards card had a lot of money in there in rebates
You
for a
know,
person that
you know,
doesn't use
you
it.
know. The thing is that you know how much points I have on my Amazon card. Yo, that's I think you're coming into my own privacy. In any case, guys, this has been great. We want to thank you for watching.
There's so much more that we want to talk about, but
Apparently, we're gonna try to figure out why Boris's voice keeps going up for no apparent reason, or Bruce's voice, whichever one you want to go. He doesn't mind whatever you call him,
excitement.
as long as
Excitement,
you
bro.
call him. Just make sure you call him.
Call
He'll,
me maybe. That's a good song.
in any case, you guys have a good night. Have a great rest of your week, and hopefully, we will see you next time. Peace.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.